we're picking as much as you can today, right?
Annie Rausch-Gurnett never imagined that her entire driveway in Mount Airy, Maryland, would serve as a gateway of hope for her war-ravaged homeland.
At least if we can help with this, it will help them to survive and hold on.
This 37-year-old businesswoman who grew up in Ukraine recently organized a massive aid drive in response to the humanitarian crisis erupting in Eastern Europe.
And my heart is still there, so it's hurt me so much. My people and Ukrainians are gonna be hurt.
For Annie, this is deeply personal. Countless friends and family, including her 83-year-old grandmother, are in harm's way.
They've been hiding in the basements. It's really difficult to hear that they spend nights outside.
Hunkering down if and when the fight comes to them.
They are Ukrainians. They don't run. Nope.
This drive began with a simple Amazon wish list, requesting everything from medical supplies for wounded soldiers to non-perishable food for fleeing families.
We have a lot of stuff for babies, formulas, diapers, baby clothes, hygiene products.
But she never expected this. In less than 48 hours, more than 4,000 packages landed on her porch. She and 100 friends then spent an entire weekend culling and boxing up more than 50,000 pounds of goods.
It brought me to tears, and it's really, I'm really thankful, to everyone.
And 7 News On Your Side was there for a critical step in this process.
So here's the 67 pallets.
When employees of O'Sullivan Tree Care out of New York volunteered their time and their tractor trailers to load up items now bound for aid organizations in Poland and Ukraine.
I wish someday we can smile and laugh, but at this moment, probably not.
Annie's already planning her next relief drive from her driveway so that one day she can return to the beloved fertile plains and plateaus of her homeland to smile and laugh once again. Jay Korf, 7 News.
So there's 58,281 men and women who are honored by the wall.
The overwhelming number of names that tumble by as you walk past the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington serve as a solemn reminder to the sacrifice so many made in service to the nation. For decades, the nonprofit that built the wall, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, has been creating on its website a virtual version of the memorial called the Wall of Faces.
We've been working for 21 years to find a photograph for everyone on the wall.
Tim Tates admits they never thought it possible to find a picture of everyone. To have any chance at completing this monumental task, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund called on volunteers from across the country to help them find these pictures. Andrew Johnson stepped forward for a very personal reason.
As a Gold Star dad, I wanted to do something, but what do you do to deal with your loss?
Johnson's son David, a base commander in Kandahar province, was killed in Afghanistan in 2012 by an IED.
When the helicopter landed at the air base, he was gone.
Johnson was perfectly positioned to find photos being a newspaper publisher at the time. He reached out to media outlets across his state of Wisconsin, even college journalism students, for help. In only a year, they completed the Wall of Faces for Wisconsin. In total, Johnson estimates he spent another few years helping track down thousands of additional pictures.
All those thousands and thousands of names, but they're not just names. These are real people, and each of them has a story.
And then the news no one expected. Earlier this week, the final photo was found. Frankie Lee Smiley from Florida, the last picture to complete the Wall of Faces.
It was awesome. I'm glad we could honor them, and I'm glad there was one picture for each of them, and there should be, and I'm glad that was done.
So the next time you go to the wall, know that there's now a picture and a story for each name you pass. Jay Korf, 7 News.
Right now, I'm just drinking my coffee, taking my vitamin. God didn't say that the road would be easy. It's gonna be bumps and bruises along the way, And then I come over to the weights.
Alvin King's daily exercise routine of lifting
It's like 25 on each side, like 2 10s and a 5.
And hitting jump shots are for one sobering reason: his survival.
It's been many days I cried, you know. It just like you have that hopelessness feeling, you know.
Exercise helps Alvin cope with his depression and anxiety,
Thank God for my body strength, you know.
while his powerful shoulders propel him onto his electric wheelchair. Yet Alvin King believes this train ticket is why he's alive today, a ticket that led him to a chance encounter with a stranger named Dana Sharman.
I don't know how I could sleep at night if I didn't help him.
Alvin was born limbless. His mother cared for him but passed away last March.
Yeah, like mom had like bone cancer and kidney failure.
Alvin says he was then placed in a Baltimore County nursing home where conditions were so bad he left the facility last October with only his wheelchair and a suitcase.
I didn't really have like no purpose, you know. I was like why me, you know? Like, why me, God?
This train ticket, which friends recently framed, got him to D.C. From there, a bus dropped him off near this Manassas Costco, not far from where he grew up. That's where Dana Sharman spotted Alvin after he'd been homeless for days.
With no one, no family, no helpers, no food.
Sharman immediately reached out to various agencies, but says navigating Prince William County social services was so difficult, she called on her community for help, including Lord of Life Lutheran Church in nearby Fairfax County.
We want to help him realize his dream.
Yes, we're looking for a shelving unit.
Ken Vanderhorst runs a ministry out of the church called Gracing Spaces.
Let me see how wide it is then, too.
While Dana found Alvin an apartment paid for with his federal disability benefits, Gracing Spaces completely furnished his place for free.
We call it makeovers. Essentially, it's a way of making over a new life. It's helping somebody start again.
Hi, Alvin. It's good to see you, Doris.
Thank you.
Okay, your beard's a little longer.
Dana's friends visit once a week, filling his apartment with prepared foods Alvin can eat, along with companionship.
It's been a life-changing experience for both of us. It really has. Yeah, because you've taught us so much about faith and resilience.
Thank you, Miss Doris.
Dana also arranged for a caregiver through Medicaid. Doris helps Alvin with everything from bathing to meal prep. But he needs so much more, from occupational therapy to mental health counseling to expensive adaptive equipment that would give him more independence.
I'm never going to give up, you know, and it's never too late.
You know, really, when I met him, he just wanted a roof over his head and food. I don't think you can be human and walk away from that.
And despite all that he's encountered, it's Alvin who reminds us at the end of a day the enduring power of kindness.
Did you have a good day?
I had a great day.
Amen.
Thank you for asking.
That's what friends are for, you know.
Jay Korf, 7 News.
Introducing you to a music therapy program in Loudoun County. It's helping children to better cope during this pandemic. 7 News on your side's Jay Korf with some uplifting news in our Crisis in the Classroom initiative.
It's time for music with Miss Jo. There are some things I need to know.
There's a toe-tapping reason why students like 10-year-old Evie
This makes you feel happy and relieved from stress.
look so forward to Thursdays at Leesburg Elementary School.
It has been the greatest addition to our building.
Principal Sean Lacey is referring to Jordan Marshall.
They see me walking with my guitar and they're like, oh my gosh, it's Miss Jo. We're gonna jump, 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 jump.
Marshall is a music therapist at a place to be in nearby Middleburg.
Who here has ever had a bad day?
Once a week in select classrooms,
So do I have a volunteer?
she helps children learn how to better understand and manage the anxiety and apprehension forced upon them for the past 2 long years by the pandemic.
And some of the first things they told me is, I just want to live in a world where I can see my friends' faces again.
The Loudoun Education Foundation came up with this idea, securing funding from Inova Loudoun Hospital.
This is a need that we see in our community, so can we be a catalyst?
Hospital President Susan Carroll tells us it is time to lift the veil of shame associated with talking about our children's mental health.
What we really believe at Inova is that we are the guardians of the community's health.
I simply remember my favorite things, then I don't feel so bad.
This pilot program has been so successful with upticks in attendance and mood. Efforts are already underway to expand.
Life-changing. It's giving them the tools to understand that as a child, I can have emotions.
Nice job! Give yourselves a round of applause, because that was awesome. You guys were so brave today.
I'm Jay Korf for 7 News.
Good to see that. You can tell they are smiling behind those masks.